gosh, fellas, welcome to another episode of Kiwi and Picasso. I'm your good friend, Mickey Mouse. And here's my good buddy, Goofy.
You mean Picasso?
No, I mean Goofy.
Oh my Goofy. I can't do a Goofy voice. You chose the wrong person. Hey guys, welcome to the Kiwi and Picasso Show. That was a weird intro, wasn't it? But I'm Picasso, and that is my faithful fruit over there, Kiwi.
Your fruit.
Your mother. But
Yours.
So that is a fruit over there named Kiwi.
Yours.
And so, anyway, guys, welcome to the Kiwi and Picasso Show, episode 12. And in this episode, we have a lot of things to be covered. In this episode, we're going to cover concepts that range from politics all the way over to languages. And if people that are learning too many shouldn't be learning too many. And here we go. What's our first topic?
Well, let's give a little bit of a warning. If you are an SJW type, prepare your Twitter account for flaming and roasting us because we're going to be making unsavory jokes in comments.
Yes, but flaming like insults, not flaming like homosexuality.
Like you.
You.
Wow, tarnation! Those shoes mean you take it up the butt.
What are you, a cowboy? Saying tarnation. There was a website I used to go on. Oh, it was a Town of Salem. Town of Salem. It was a website. It was a video game. You love this topic, actually. You love video games.
I remember playing that with you. You would say, let's play Town of Salem.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know how to play.
But for the audience, I need to give a description. So basically, it's like the party game Mafia. Like, you got some bad guys, but nobody knows who they are. So you're trying to vote out one person, but you don't know who it is. So you could be voting out a good guy. But anyway, when you're typing out a bad word, it says tarnation. And so that's what I'm talking about. You can turn the filter off, so it says like fucking what have you. But that's
the filter can be funny.
Yeah, but that's why
you're a tarnation faggot.
So, well, tarnation, you. You. Okay, what is our first topic?
I don't know.
Said the essay. Oh.
So a little bit of behind the scenes. Picasso and I discussed some topics we might discover, but we never did figure out which ones we're going to talk about and in what order.
I figured we'd talk about all of them. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to cover about an hour and a half. So, yeah. What do you propose?
I propose to your mother.
Well, what should we talk about? What do you feel like talking about right now from all those things we discussed, or something of your own?
Well, you said politics, which is boring. Learning the other languages, that's boring. But I guess we could start with that. Get this one out the way. People who shouldn't learn multiple languages because they don't put enough time, dedication, and effort and work into actually learning a language. So it becomes like a jack of all trades. You learn all these languages, but you're not fluent in any of them. You broken Spanish, broken French, broken German, broken Martian. You learn them, but you're not fluent.
Exactly. So, is that a good idea, do you think? Do you think that people should be able to speak a good bit of everything? So if they ever come across a person that does speak that language, then they'd be able to kind of communicate, like they'd be able to communicate their ideas? Or do you think that they should stick to one particular language and just be kick-ass at that language? Well, not really one, but like, one additional one. Then jump onto another one like 15 years later once they're like the best at that language.
Yeah. I think that there is a bit of overlap and nuance here. Like, if you live in a particular area that has, it's like a bilingual area, like you live in Canada where there's English and French speaking regions, you live in California or Texas where there's English and Spanish speaking regions, yes, you should be proficient in both of these, fluent in both, at least passable in both. But if you want to be the world traveler, maybe you work for the European Union or a place that has a loss of multiculturalism, then yeah, it helps to learn a little bit of every language, even if the only thing you learn is can you say that in English. But yeah, a smattering of understanding of these languages will be good. granted, not everyone has the intellect or memory to fluently learn every language that may be of importance. Maybe it's best to be proficient in some rather than just fluent in one or two. Of course, like I said, it depends on your job, location. Do you want to interact with the culture around you, or are you going to be on your computer indoors all day talking English to all your friends?
Indoor? Like Star Wars?
Oh, what's Star Wars? What?
Endor is a planet in Star Wars. I was joshing you
Josh?
today.
Joss
Yeah,
Whedon
today.
me.
Yeah, today I was watching. I don't know the name of that movie. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Your
And
mama.
they said I think the guy portrayed by Richard Burton. He was not really making fun of it. He was basically like trolling, but like in 1960s style. This guy and the guy's wife was like, "Oh, he's just joshing you." I'm just thinking, joshing. Like I'd heard that before, but I didn't think that was actually a saying. You know, like who says I'm just joshing around? Like, what the fuck? Have you ever said that in your life?
No.
Yeah, is that just an old thing, or is that an old American thing? Have you ever heard that in old New Zealand media? I don't know if that exists even. Like, do you guys even have media there?
Yes, we have been here. No, we never said Josh, and it's like an Americanism, an American saying, an American tale.
Oh, like the mice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have New Zealand dubs?
Dubs? Oh, we dub it from American to Kiwi. So instead of saying, get
Wow.
in the car, it's a get in the car.
So instead of get in the car, it's get in the car.
Yes.
You know, we just both did that backwards.
What do you mean backwards? Did your mama
Well,
backwards?
we're talking about you watching in New Zealand, so it would be changing it from American to New Zealand. So in that case, it should be from get in the car. Say get in the car. So we did it backwards. But regardless, though, too many languages though. So in the case that let's say you're in California where there's tons of Asians of many different races, and you're in California where it's like right next to Mexico too. So you have tons of Hispanic people, not just Mexicans. Let's give the benefit of the doubt and say there's a lot of other countries there too.
Mexicans.
Yeah, but let's be sure to include everybody else though, because I know people get mad at that. Because it is true there are some others there, but I always state my belief that there's primarily Mexicans next to the Mexican border, and people are like, that's not true. There's other people here too. I'm like, yeah, but there's mainly Mexicans. But anyway, so say you're in California where you have that big Asian population but a big Mexican population. Should you be learning Japanese, Cantonese, Mandarin, Spanish, maybe even Portuguese if you have a Portuguese population there? Brazilian, rather.
Well, like I said, it depends on like your job and how much you interact with the society around you. Do you work in Chinatown? Well, it might help to learn Cantonese, Mandarin, some other Asian languages. Do you work with these MS-13 guys over here? You may want to learn some Spanish. Some Latin kings. You may need to learn some Latin.
Latin.
Quid pro quo.
I don't think people speak Latin.
Yeah,
It is a universal language, though.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a universal language. But it seems to be a dead tongue. Like your mother. She didn't French kiss me at all.
It's funny because the way she puts it, she tells me that didn't happen.
Did happen.
No, I mean, the only thing that happened was your lie.
Nope.
Yep. That's the truth right there, because Stone Cold said so.
Nope.
That's the bottom line, because your mama said so. Oh,
Can you
man.
smell what your mama's cooking?
No, no.
Why not?
I'm not really sniffing right now. Like,
Ew.
um, so here's a good one. Do you prefer? I know you probably don't like either one of these, but if you just had to, would you rather skateboard or surf?
Skateboard. I've always preferred
Why?
skateboarding over surfing. Because surfing, you go to the water, strong current, they take you out to sea, you're dead. Your hair would hold you, you're dead. So what about this? I like skateboarding. It's probably biased due to nostalgia growing up with skateboards. Implying I ever rode one? No. I've only stood on a skateboard once and I wasn't allowed to, so I got off. But yeah, like Tony Hawk's games, the X games, looking at all these various things, like Thrasher magazine and such. So I've always preferred skateboarding over surfing.
Can you elaborate on the story more?
What story?
A story where you got on a skateboard and got off. Was that all?
That was it. I was at my cousin's place. It was his skateboard. I stood on, and I got off. He wasn't around to tell me not to, but I knew I wasn't allowed to. Like, what if I broke an axle? What if I broke the truck? What if I broke the wheel? What if I broke my bones? If this was a miracle,
How
it's
old
so
were you?
single-digit age, so probably like 8, 9.
8 or 9. I was about the same age, and I stepped on a skateboard for the first time. Might have been 7. One of those, but yeah, not that long after, maybe a few years later, 3 or 4 years later, I remember I got a skateboard, and I think I still have it actually. But I got a skateboard, and I was watching The Simpsons. Actually, I remember that. I was definitely watching The Simpsons while I was just in the living room, just slowly rolling around on it. Good times, good times. So I can definitely get on one and fall. So
We're
it's
pros.
not. You got to remember that Tony Hawk fell for 10 years trying to do the 300 or 900. I said 300.
Now you can do it 900 times.
He probably did do it 900 times. It's probably like, all right, 900 times, we're going to just give it to him. And
Yeah.
he did it at the X Games, too.
Yeah, it's funny how he does the 900, the world goes crazy, and then I think Day One Song or whoever did the 1080, no one really cared, because, you know, the 900 was such an epic moment. This one was more low-key, and number 2, he used a huge ramp. Not quite as flashy.
Tony Hawk is a pretty big ramp, too. I mean, it was just a regular, what do you call that? I can't remember, quarter pipe, probably. I can't remember the name. But, yeah, one of those U-shaped things. I'm blanking on that right now. But, yeah, and also, 1080 is not that big. I mean, it is, but it's only like it's only a half circle more than a 1080. I mean, a 900. So it's only just a little bit more.
Only a little.
And it probably took a long time extra to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, when was the 1080, 1080. When was it done?
Hurry, Google, answer for me. Skateboarding 10.
Are we talking like the past, like 5 years, the past 20 years, like directly after Tony Hawk?
2012.
Oh, see, that's the thing. If he had gone up from a 900 to I don't know, whatever the one after 1080 is, that'd probably be a pretty big feat. But just nowadays, nobody really cares about skating as much. Like, that's the thing. The whole skating franchises have gone downhill. Not really because of lack of interest. I just think that, like, the media just isn't producing anything. I mean, I know it's supply and demand, but the thing is, though, a lot of the games that are coming out, like Tony Hawk 5, or Pro Skater 5, rather, that just doesn't have very good reviews that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it was
And
bad.
the escape games, people love them, but they just haven't come out with a sequel. So that's a really big thing. Like you probably have the fan base, but not the quality.
Yeah, I couldn't get
So
into the skate games. I only played Skate 2 because I rented it for a week, and I think I handed it back before the week was over because I just couldn't get into it. Like, you flick down and then you flick up, and I just couldn't do it. I was so used to Tony Hawk's.
yeah, I was the same way too. I played the demo for so long because it gave you 20 minutes of just playing. I played it over and over again. The fact that it had Jason Lee as the instructor guy, that was amazing. Like, it's a dream to have Jason Lee teach you how to skate,
Yeah, he's cool.
even if it is just on a video game.
My name is Earl.
I love that episode. My name is Earl. Not really that episode in particular, just that moment. I forget what that was. Like, why did the guy say that again? Like, weren't they like being held up by somebody
Yeah,
or
Earl,
something?
Earl was teaching a class to, like, people that don't know English, like Indians and all that. My
Yeah.
name is Earl, and at the end of the episode where that Indian guy saved him, it's like, how'd you get here? It's like, you go 3 blocks, you turn left, go straight, you turn right, that's how you get to Earl's house. And he's like, well, I'll be.
My name is Earl. Can you just imagine learning that in your first foreign language class? Like, the guy that was saying that probably had, I mean, his character probably had no idea what he was saying. I mean, I know it's fiction and all, but can you just imagine that? Like, who would actively say their name is Earl? Like, first of
Someone
all,
named Earl.
Americans, like, first of all, people that are named Earl don't want to say my name is Earl.
Hey, like the
Much
TV
less,
show.
yeah, like much less somebody that's learning American culture. Like, nobody wants to be named Earl. God, my name is Earl anyway. Like, it's a white trash name for sure. It's like the guy that fixes your car. Like, hey Earl, hey Crabman. Like, it's not really a terrible name. It's definitely associated with the lower class of people for sure.
For sure.
So, yeah, are people in your country named Earl?
Uh,
Anybody?
no. We kill people named Earl here.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant. I mean, like, is that like, have you ever met an Earl in your
I've,
country?
I've never met an Earl. The only
My
time we've,
mayor here.
the only time we've ever had an Earl here is Earl Sweatshirt. He came here at one point.
I don't know who that is.
Some stupid rapper from stupid rap group. Now we're
Oh,
going to get a complaint from our one fan. Hey, I like Earl Sweatshirt.
nah, she cooler than that.
Alright, so this is a little shout out
We have
to our
more.
one fan, what's her name again? Christianity Bullshit or something?
Kristen Brunel. She's not our only fan, of course. Thank you guys for listening, and excuse my Kiwi friend here for saying we only have one fan, but other fans, he's just not aware. I mean, sorry, Adolf, but
Oh, Adolf, yeah, our top donator.
yeah,
Promised us 6 million. Where is it, Adolf?
yeah, you can't just forget about Mr. Adolf. And I'm sure there's other people, like for example, this girl Marissa Stevens listened to a podcast of ours and commented on it. So we have at least on the top of my head 2 listeners and 3 if you include Adolf. And so we have a few. So go ahead and continue with what you're saying. Continue. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on. Escalators, escalators, escalators. Eels.
I remember that episode.
Alright, continue what you were saying before you so rudely left.
Our only fan is Christian bullshit. I forgot her name already.
Yeah, well, what I was saying was there's more than that. So just go ahead and continue with whatever you're saying. You're saying that our fans are going to get offended by Earl Sweatshirt. Okay.
Offended that
Well,
we dare mock Earl Sweatshirt, whoever the hell he is.
was it a concert or something, or is he just visiting?
I don't know!
How'd you hear about it?
I googled it. That's how I hear things. I see them. Like a
Oh,
snake.
today, Kate Upton, or I think it was today. Is it today or yesterday? But Kate Upton came to Houston.
Who?
So, Kate Upton, I'm not really sure. I think she's an actress or something. Definitely a model. I mean, I would be surprised if she wasn't. But, for Earl's, though, the mayor of my town's name, the last mayor, the one before this one, his name is Earl Brown. Yeah, he's a black man. He's a big fat black man named Earl Brown.
Black man.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like a pretty alright guy. I mean, I didn't really talk to him or anything, but with a name like Earl, you can't go wrong. Even if the last name is Brown.
My
It's
name
fairly
is
accurate.
Cleveland Brown, and I'm part of your family.
No, that's not what he said at all. He said, "My name is Cleveland Brown, and I'm a member of Kiwi's family."
Nope.
Yeah, that's what he said. I remember I was there whenever he said it, and I was like, "Oh, really? You're related to Kiwi?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, you didn't know that." I actually was more like, "Yeah, yeah, you didn't know that."
Nope.
And you got to be all nasally. Cleveland Brown. So when are we going to make our metal band?
I don't know. I don't even know what, like, we're gonna be doing. Like, who's guitar, who's drum, who's bass, who's the vocals?
Definitely be vocals because I can't do any of the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call off the metal band.
I guess, Kristen Burnell will be our groupie.
Not in the School of Rock definition, but in the way a real groupie is. Sure, a person that travels around with the band. Yes. A
And
person that
our
has
other
sex with the band.
fan,
No.
Marissa What's-Her-Face, she can be our drug supplier.
No, I don't think she. No, no.
Why not? Doesn't she have powerful connections with, Mafioso?
She's not Hispanic.
Mafioso's Italian.
She's not Italian either.
What is she?
I don't know.
Find out. That's your mission, James Bond. Find out. Just who are our fans?
I think we already talked about this, but what do you think about Idris Elba being James Bond?
He's black.
Yeah, but what do you think about it? Like, do you think he'd be a good James Bond, regardless of his color?
No. He doesn't strike me as a James Bond type. Maybe a Q.
Q?
You know, do you even watch James Bond?
No, I never watched James Bond. I mean, I'm just saying, like, casting wise.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't see him as James Bond. I don't mean that from a racial perspective. I can't think of any, like, black James Bond types. They're all too bald or old. Maybe,
Robert Downey Jr.
well, is he black?
He was black for Tropic Thunder. They dyed him black.
Fair enough. He's our James Bond, even though I think he's American.
Is he? Yeah, he is. Yeah. What
Robert
threw me
Down
off was
Syndrome
in
Jr.
Yeah, what threw me off was in Natural Born Killers. He plays an Australian. So yeah, that's what really threw me off there. I
I
was like,
remember
is he
Natural
American?
Born Killers. I only watched the parts with Ronnie Dangerfield. Those were the flashback scenes.
Yeah, I remember that. It's
It's
so
like-
bad. Like,
It's like, you're so fucking thin, I'll put a lampshade over your head and make you stand in the corner.
For those of you that aren't familiar with that scene, because let's be honest here. I mean, that's kind of an obscure film. I mean, kinda. I mean, if you were born during the era, you'd probably be like, "Oh, that's I know that movie." But for well, not really born during that era, but if you were alive to see it come out, is what I'm saying. Kind of like whenever you're alive to see Elton John come out. But so in Natural Born Killers, that section with Rodney Dangerfield, he's the father of this woman who, along with Woody Harrelson, go and kill people. So she's
Nice
actually
chaps.
played by Julia Lewis, and she's actually a punk singer nowadays. It's crazy. And she was also in Due Date. But the thing is, Rodney Dangerfield, he plays an abusive dad, but they portray it. Oliver Stone portrays it as he's a director, but he portrays it as a sitcom. Yeah, he portrays it as a sitcom, though. So they have all these bad jokes, like talking about like rape and everything, and they've got like a laugh track in the background. Yeah, comedy at its finest. Ugh, the
Comedies are good.
best. If that's what you want to call it, I guess.
Yes. You guessed
Yeah,
correctly.
I'm a good guesser. What can I say? I can say anything I said in my mind to. Today I received a message on an app from a bot. It said, "Can I send you nudes?" And I
Actually, why
responded with,
not?
"You can do whatever you set your mind to." Like, I believe in you. I was obviously a bot. I knew it wasn't going to. I knew that was going to happen from it. But it was just funny because that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like you can do whatever you set your mind to. I believe in you. So, yeah,
Yes,
that happened to me today.
bots' lives matter.
No, they don't.
They come from Botswana.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, sure. They
Are you implying
matter.
that Botswana lives don't matter?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
Never. What
We are,
would give you that impression?
we are not prejudiced on this podcast. We hate all of you equally.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I like people.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a loving couple of idiots.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't say that. That sounds bad. That sounds like you give off the wrong impression.
It's gonna make our fans upset. Like, I wanted to date you. You're taken.
No,
No,
more
honey,
so that is.
no. I'm still single and ready to mingle.
Yeah, more so it just gives off the wrong impression, like sexuality wise. And just to be clear, I am straight, very straight.
I am
So
straight.
just
Ask Picasso's mother. Oh, yes, yes.
she just responded and said, "No, Kiwi is a homosexual." That's
Nope.
verbatim, actually.
She said, you
Yeah,
is you.
no, verbatim in this case means word for word.
Nope.
Yeah, that reminds me of a series of unfortunate events. Did you ever read that book series?
No, but I watched the Jim Carrey movie.
Nice. Have you thought about dedicating time to watching the show?
No.
You didn't like the movie that much.
No, not really.
Well, you're really missing out because it's a really good. Well, first of all, it's a good series. Second of all, it's a good book series. It's one of the best ones. I read the last book like 3 or 4 times a long time ago. It's fantastic. I love it. The adaptation was alright. Or adaptation, whatever the word is. I always confuse those two words. Not too sure why.
We're gonna remake the movie, but it's gonna be filled with anti-vaxxer propaganda.
Okay, so I learned something about about the anti-vax ideology, or however you word that. So, do you believe that vaccination should be mandatory? I've heard the counter argument on this.
Well, let's see now. I do believe that there needs to be some degree of vaccination for the general health and well-being of our country, because lest you don't vaccinate, you're going to have the virus, bug, bacteria, whatever, become drug resistant, vaccination resistance, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we have to stomp out this disease before it can have a chance to mutate. Ergo, I think that vaccination should be compulsory, but also take into consideration the dangers of the vaccination. It could be a bad batch. It could lead to a mutation that makes it get even worse. It's like fighting an uphill battle. But just to round off, too long don't listen edition, I support vaccination. Mandatory, sure, provided that it's an actual 100% working proof vaccination.
So what about in the circumstance that somebody's allergic to vaccinations? I don't mean like just having a bad reaction. Well, I guess, yeah, a bad reaction, like, for example, if their immune system's not good enough to fight it off, and they're like on the brink of death or something, like, you don't know that. So if this person has that happen to them once, do you think that the next vaccination should happen? I mean, that it's mandatory, so they have to have it happen again, you know? And somebody was telling me about somebody that they know, you know, it's like he said, she said kind of thing. But it makes sense. I mean, people's immune systems are not always tough enough to beat off, to beat up diseases, you know, take them away and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, how do you know they're allergic to vaccinations if they've never had one?
Well, I'm not saying literally allergic to vaccinations, but more so that their body can't fight it off. Because the whole point of a vaccination, you know, it's to, like, you're supposed to kind of get sick with it, but not really sick. Like, you gotta have it introduced to your body, but you're not gonna, like, feel the symptoms, really. So, like, your body fights it off because it's just so good. But what happens whenever you don't know somebody's... Yeah. What do you do when you don't know if somebody's body's good enough or not? Like, do you still take that risk?
I guess not.
Yeah, so I'm not talking about it causing autism or anything, just in the case that somebody's immune system just sucks. Like, for example, somebody that has AIDS, I mean, that person sure as hell can't withstand vaccination. I mean, I'm sure they're too old for vaccinations at that point, but...
It'll be like The Simpsons, where you gotta give Mr. Burns a vaccination, and the needle just goes straight through. It's like, oh, you gotta find the vein.
I remember that. And he doesn't bleed because he only has like dust inside of him or something.
Dusty old bones.
Full of green dust. Yeah, that is what you are.
Well,
so in that circumstance, like, for example, if somebody has AIDS, first of all, they're probably going to die soon. But second, in that case, do you think that person? Actually, I'm not even sure. Like, if they have a flu shot, will they get the flu?
Well, that's the idea of a vaccination. You're injecting someone with an inactive version of the virus, so your body's antivirus system can, you know, antibodies and repel the full effect of the virus in future. But what if that injection, the inactive virus became active, so they're actually injecting you with a weak version of that virus and it ends up killing you? It's probably happened. It probably has happened. Will probably continue to happen.
Well, right, but what I'm getting at here is a person like that, they just don't have very much of an immune system. So, I mean, what do?
Make them live in a bubble, like that movie. Boy in the Bubble.
Bubble Boy?
Bubble Boy.
Oh, the Boy in the Plastic Bubble, okay. I mean, because there's two of the movies. There's one with John Travolta, and there's one with Jake Gyllenhaal. I just realized Jake Gyllenhaal's come a long way. He's in that movie like with Danny Trejo and some really, really off the wall, bad comedy stars like Vern Troyer's in it.
The little guy.
He plays a ringleader for a freak show. Yeah, did you know he committed suicide?
Ah, he drunk himself to death.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, I found that out not that long ago, and I'm like, what the heck? Vern Troyer, Mini-Me, killed himself? Like, that's crazy.
He's going to little hell.
See, I just thought that he was, too small to live.
Ooh, prejudice. Too small to live. You gotta be this tall to live.
Well, really, he was one of the smallest people in the world, and they typically die young.
When he was born, the nurse tried to slap him but missed him.
The nurse tried to slap him, and she hit him across the room. Actually, he probably wasn't born that small. He was probably born roughly the size of a regular-sized baby. Maybe a premature baby, but I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
See, the comedy writes itself. He's still funny and deaf. The hard knock life.
Actually, yeah, he sang that, didn't he? He was in Austin Powers, the one where they sing that song.
Yeah.
I think it's Austin Powers 2, International Men in Mystery. Or maybe it's a different one.
The Mama Who Shagged Me.
Right, yeah. The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Speaking of Shaggy, I just got the first episode of that TV show Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, where it's like every episode they have a guest star.
I've never heard of that. So does that mean it's kind of like the new Scooby-Doo movies?
Yeah, but it's gonna be, it's a TV show, so it's episodic, and every episode's gonna have a new guest star, and the guest star of this first episode is some basketball player I've never heard of because I don't give a shit about basketball.
Which one?
Chris Paul.
I've heard of him. He's on the Celtics, isn't he?
I don't know, but he plays for the Houston Rockets for NBA.
Oh, he does? Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
A local man. You know him personally.
No, I don't. I did see a Porsche drive by me today. Maybe that's him.
Oh, I like Porsches.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool Porsche, too. Like, it's in the middle of, like, Hickville over here. Like, I was going to get a haircut up in Houston, technically, like, Humble, which is, it's pretty much Houston, except, like a suburb. I believe it's a city of its own, but it's, like, 15 minutes away from downtown, so it's practically Houston. And on the way there was somebody with a Porsche, and they were probably going back to Kingwood, the city before Humble, where there's a lot of rich people. So I'm just assuming that's where they were going, but you're going to say assume.
I'm assuming they're driving to your mama's house.
No, that's the opposite direction.
Oh, they got lost. You took me to Darren's mother's place? That bitch! She lives across town.
You never know. Maybe it's James Corden doing one of his carpool karaoke's. Maybe he had John Lennon in the front seat.
John Lennon, who was assassinated in 1980?
No, the John Lennon from the Beatles.
Oh. I think I saw John Lennon's son doing music one time on MTV Classics.
Yeah, Sean Lennon.
What's his son's
Julian
name?
Lennon.
It's
John Lennon.
Julian Lennon, that's his name. That's what I saw. I was like, Julian? Huh. Will this fucking Indian stop messaging me?
Yeah, Sean Lennon looks just like him too, and there's a picture online. If you look it up, it's Sean Lennon with Paul McCartney's son. I can't remember his name, but the two of them are like you got one on one side and one on the other. They got like one arm around the other one, and yeah, so it looks just like their dads. It's so crazy, and by dads I mean like each individual dads. I don't mean like homosexual dads.
I googled John Lennon's son, and one of the top stories is the Beatles legend John Lennon's heartbreaking photo with his son leaked, and it comes from Metalhead Zone. I misread that as Meathead Zone. I was thinking, is this from a gym?
I love Metalhead. Yeah, Metalhead's on. Huh, I always thought of it being just Metal Zone. But yeah, I get their recommended articles all the time. Like they always pop up on my I don't want to say trending, but like when you go on your phone, you scroll over to the articles, like that section. And I see a lot of Ozzy now. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like the Ozzy ones whenever he was in bad health.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool though.
Thank you.
Cause you're welcome. Because the Lennon brothers are just like John. And I would recommend seeing this movie yesterday. It's really good. And the title of it is Yesterday, so don't say what movie yesterday?
Did you see what movie yesterday?
Go fuck yourself.
You.
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 It's a good movie though.
I do have the Black Sabbath song Methodemic, which is from the album 13, which for some reason people don't really like. I guess it's better than Dehumanizer, but I think Dehumanizer had a song in there that I like.
Which one is that? Is that the one with that one time only musician vocalist?
Who? Ronnie James Dio?
No, the one after Dio.
I'm exposing how much of a fan I am by not knowing. Actually, no, I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember his name right now, but
that's
I'd be
it.
able to see it.
Master of Insanity. That's a good song by Black Sabbath.
I would. Who's the vocalist?
Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, I like Country Girl with him. It's a pretty good song. Like, fell in love with the country girl. Something like that.
Like, everyone wants to bring up Holy Diver as, like, the best Dio song, and I'm thinking, I like Rainbow in the Dark better. Rainbow in the Dark! Yay!
I don't know. I think I would probably say Kickapoo. Definitely Kickapoo.
You Kickapoo.
Kickapoo by Tenacious D featuring Dio and Meatloaf.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song. It's right before Dio's death too, like a few years before. I think he died in 2009. The movie was shot in probably 2005, 2006. But yeah, it's one of his last film roles for sure, and probably one of his last album contributions. With Dave Grohl on drums, by the way.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting.
Heaven and Hell. You showed me the album that they made.
Who?
You know, Dio's band, Heaven and Hell. You show me which album was that?
I think they only made like one or two.
Yeah, The Devil You Know. That's a cool album cover too.
I showed you that.
Yeah, you show me on YouTube, and it's like, hey, look, it's Dio from Black Sabbath, and I'm like, cool.
I'm gonna be real with you. I really don't remember that, but I've looked up Heaven and Hell many times.
Well, this is
I just don't remember
10
that.
years ago. Well, you didn't show me it when it came out at the time, but close enough.
No, I'm saying I don't remember showing you.
It's got a cool album cover. You know, I like album covers that are good. A lot of album covers are boring. It's just the band or the solo singer just looking at you. At least other people make it look good, like Michael Jackson, he dresses up. Or, he's got a cute tiger on Thriller. Sometimes it's just really boring.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of that one singer that I don't like. He does stupid album covers.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, he does stupid album covers too. Probably Ed Sheeran, something like that. Ed Sheeran.
He was in the movie Yesterday, which is a good movie. I definitely recommend you guys to go see it. It's fantastic. It's about a guy that wakes up in a world where there's no Beatles, the band, no John. Well, the members exist, but there's no popularity for them. So I mean, technically they do exist, but Like, the word Beatles refers to a bug, not the best band that ever existed ever. So, yeah.
You intentionally watched a movie that had an Indian in it. How's wrong with
Well,
you?
yeah. Well, he didn't have an accent. I mean, he's really good at what he did. He performed all the songs live. Danny Boyle demanded he only did live performances, so they didn't do any studio recording or anything. It was fantastic. I mean, I didn't even notice. I thought it was all studio recorded whenever I saw the movie. It's really interesting too. It's like, what would you do in a situation where the Beatles are gone and you're the only one that knows their songs and you could instantly get famous from it?
That reminds me. That reminds me of a Philip K. Dick novel of, I forget what it's called, but it's the same premise. Some famous, well, not same premise, but similar to this. Some famous actor and some dystopian, no, some famous actor, he like passes out. He wakes up in some dystopia police state future, and I'm trying to think exactly what happens. No one knows who he is, but because he's such a talented singer, he can start over from scratch. He can basically start his music career again, but without all the bad press and all the emotional baggage from past relationships. So not really the same thing, but sort of the same thing.
Yeah, kind of, for sure. It reminds me of something. What else has Philip K. Dick done? I've heard his name before, for sure.
Well, he's done From a Scanner Darkly. You may have heard of that.
That's it.
You may have heard of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is, Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah.
You may have heard of, I think he did Minority Report, or at least the story that led to it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, what else did he do? He also wrote The Man in High Castle, which I want to read, which is basically like alternate history. What if the Nazis won World War II?
The show on Amazon?
Yeah, probably.
Man in High Castle?
Adaptations.
I
I
always see the advertisement for that on my Fire Stick. And Fire Stick, I mean the device by Amazon.
Oh, that's it. I remember he did another one. He did the story We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, which was adapted into Total Recall.
Yeah, I never saw Total Recall.
What, not even the original with Arnold?
Nah, I never saw it.
I did. It was kind of bad. The only thing I remember was the chick with 3 tits. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the only part that anybody remembers.
And the only other part I remember is when Arnold is on the surface of Mars without a spacesuit and his eyes are popping out of his head. Give these people air.
Kind of like The Mask.
Well, I mean, literally popping out his head, not like comically, like you see a hot babe.
Did you say babe?
Baby.
Like the pig?
No. The pig.
One that's filmed in your country?
Oh yeah, it was. No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Oh, he did the story Paycheck, which is adapted into the movie Paycheck, directed by John Woo.
I've heard of that.
It has Ben Affleck, Uma Thurman, Aaron Eckhart, Paul Giamatti. Hey, I know some of these people.
Yeah, no wonder I've heard of it. That makes a lot of sense. What's your favorite Paul Giamatti movie?
Paul Giamatti. I'm trying to remember.
He's in Big Mama's House.
I can't quite remember what exactly he's done. I get confused with Vincent D'Onofrio because he's bald.
I don't think Paul Giamatti's bald, but he's in Big Fat Liar. Yeah, kind of. I mean, he's like 50. He should be balding. He's in Big Fat Liar.
Big Mama's House.
Big Mama's House also, yeah. That's what I just said, actually. He's also in Shoot 'Em Up, which is one of my favorite action movies ever. I love that movie. It's amazing. It has Clive Owen, actually. That's what introduced me to Clive Owen. Not literally, but metaphorically. It introduced me to his works. Have you ever heard of this movie called Are you afraid of, or who's afraid of Virginia Woolf that I mentioned a little bit ago?
No.
Oh well, it was nominated for 13 Academy Awards, which is like the maximum it could have been maximum it could have been nominated for.
Wow, that's a
It's
lot.
crazy. Yeah, it's based on this play, and like it's just about this husband and wife. They're just they have visitors over, another couple, and they're just being really bad hosts. Basically, that's the best way to put it. Like they're arguing, like having their marital bickering, and just being one of those couples. It's crazy. And I got like 40 minutes left to finish of it, but I don't really want to watch it. It's made in the 60s. It stars Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. You might know Richard Burton for being in 1984.
Ah, yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, I didn't know that actually, but also he's an alcoholic.
Yummy.
Was an alcoholic rather. He died like in 1984. So
How prophetic. This movie killed.
kinda. And the movie 1984. I mean the adaptation of the book 1984, which is a
19,
movie.
1984.
It came out in 1984. So isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I mean, of course they would make the movie in 1984 to capitalize it, but for him to die in 1984, that's crazy.
I mean, I thought it was crazy how that the movie came out in 1984 because that's kind of cool. It's like the movie's title is 1984.
Yeah, it's
So,
a good one.
have you ever seen it?
I think so, but it was for English class back in high school, and I tried to block out all memories of high school.
Why?
I did not have a good time, okay?
What happened?
Your mama came to class and was like, woohoo, man, and I'm like, oh no, not you, bitch! Embarrassing me. It's bang after school, and I'm like, get out of here, bitch!
So you and your teacher had an affair.
No. Unless your mum is the teacher, in which case, yes.
No, she's not. She's not. It's actually your mother.
Yours.
Damn. That was a crazy burn. Crazy. You were homeschooled, weren't you?
No.
Oh.
You were
What's
schooled
New
in the
Zealand's?
yard by all these black people
Nah.
dancing. They schooled you.
You just got served. You just got effed in the A. There's an episode of South Park like that. Actually, you remember it because it's the tap dancing episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I got something in my front pocket just for you. I'll check it out and see what it is. From my front pocket. Yeah, you remember. You
I
remember.
remember the Alamo.
You remember. Yeah. I remember you.
Nope.
No? What do you mean, no?
You remember wrong. I don't exist. I'm a figment of your imagination. You're talking to yourself right now.
Oh my god. Well, if you were a figment of my imagination, you'd at least know some more fucking movies.
I'm part of the ignorant part of your imagination that doesn't watch movies. The part that zones out when you start watching a movie.
No,
I'm
I
like,
don't think so.
ugh.
Like, my name is
Evil Bong again. I'm going to sleep.
No, I don't actually watch Evil Bong. That's really stupid.
You love him. It's stoner to the max.
No, I don't. It's not really my thing. I mean, I love stoner movies, but Evil Bong, I mean, I watched it, but it's just, ugh. Seth Rogen's like 1,000 times better.
What if there
Like,
was
you tell
a...
me about it.
Yeah, what if there was
But,
a remake, a reboot, a reimagining with Seth Rogen? Would you like it?
well, if it's any good, yeah. I mean, because he makes good movies like all the time. Name one bad Seth Rogen movie.
Um, that stupid one where he's wearing that Christmas shirt that has the Star of David on it.
That was a really good movie. I loved it. It's hilarious. Like, I love whenever he's Jewish. He's in a Roman Catholic church. He sees the crucifix and he's like, "I did not kill Jesus," because he's tripping on shrooms, you know. And like his wife's all that, she's there like calm down, like act normal, and so she says act normal, and he's like hallelujah, trying to act normal. It's great. I love it. So name another one because you're unable to name a bad Seth Rogen movie.
Pineapple Express?
That is what's it called?
A good
Iconic.
movie.
It is an iconic movie. It is the epitome of stoner comedies.
What about Superbad? That was a super bad movie.
He's hardly in it.
Well, that's why it's super bad. You need more Seth Rogen.
I mean, it's not super bad. I actually kind of like it. I mean, I think it's overrated, kind of, because a lot of people love it like to the max, and I'm over here like it's pretty good. I mean, it's all right. It got their career started, and that's really all that matters.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, they went on from there to I don't even remember what they did next. Probably Pineapple Express, I assume, because Superbad came out in 2007, and Pineapple Express came out in 2008, right after Knocked Up, 2006.
Yeah, Knocked Up. I hear that's a good movie, but also it's kind of like sexist because it's all only focused on the guy that knocked the chick up, not the actual chick.
What are you, a social justice warrior?
Yes, I dyed my hair pink, and all the hair dye's getting to my brain.
For some reason, I highly doubt all that.
Yeah,
I do
right.
highly doubt all that. I mean, I don't think that your hair is. I don't think that your hair would be capable of being pink.
Pink, like the singer Pink, who at one point did have pink hair, and I was very surprised. She usually has like blonde hair, and then I see her with pink hair, and I'm like, oh, now you go pink.
That's funny. Eminem and Logic released a new song/music video today. Well, actually, yeah, it's just a music video. The song's not new exactly. It's pretty good. They got the guy from The Sandlot, Squints. They got Squints to portray Logic.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of him. Because you probably told me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, Squibs? What the hell kind of name is that? Sounds like something military. Load up the Squibs.
Squints. He squints. He squints to see things because he wears glasses. He's the one with glasses.
And
You've seen The Sandlot, haven't you?
not recently.
No, but I mean, within the past, 10 years?
Who?
Within the past, 10 years, you've seen The Sandlot. Is that correct?
Sandlot? No.
I can't believe it. That is an iconic baseball movie, and you hate baseball anyway.
I hate
probably.
baseball. Wow, you explained it. I don't watch baseball. One time I tried watching a baseball movie. It was that stupid one with Matt LeBlanc and the chimp, and I gave up. No more baseball.
Matt LeBlanc and the chimp. So you based your whole ideology, well, I don't know if you say ideology, but you based your whole opinion on baseball movies only on Matt LeBlanc and a chimp.
Yes.
You're depending on Joey. I'm talking about Joey here. I mean, of course that's a character. But you're depending on Joey to let you, I mean, not to let you, but to basically, what's the word, to be charismatic towards you, to win you over for this whole genre.
Yes.
I couldn't think of the word, but that's pretty much what I was going for.
Yep. Joey Chandler and Lancelot Link let me down.
Good old Link.
Lancelot
That's a
Link,
good
secret
thing.
chimp.
Yeah, that's a good topic. What do you think about Richard Dawkins?
He's a chimp.
Well, that's not really what I meant, but what do you think about Richard Dawkins, though?
I think he's right in some ways and wrong in some ways. And if you're going to ask me for examples, I can't think off the top of my head. I did read an interesting book by him. It was something to do about the Christian God being bad, and list all these examples from Old and New Testament saying, God is not perfect, he's not good, don't worship him, he's a bad man.
You can't really say man, but I get where you're coming from.
I'm thinking, okay, where's the Jewish sequel? Where's the Muslim sequel? I want to know why Allah's bad too. Well, I can't make that book. If I make that book, some Muslims are going to come and cut my head off.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because there was that one, the French publication that they basically killed people for drawing fucking Allah. No, Muhammad. They drew Muhammad, and then basically they were terrorists, so they were like, let's terrorize, and they killed like all the publication. It's crazy, just a comic too. I was talking to somebody recently, I don't remember who it was, but I mentioned that.
And what they
That's
say?
pretty whack. I don't remember.
There's a Muslim on the plane. His name's Jack. He talks to stewardess. He's like, hi, I'm Jack. And stewardess goes, hi, Jack. And he says, don't mind if I do.
I get it, because Muslims hijack planes, which is a stereotype.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We here at Kiwi and Picasso are not making fun of Muslims. I mean, we're not saying they don't have jobs. They do have jobs. They're terrorists. Killing people and blowing shit up is their job.
Well, I mean, that's not right at all. I mean, I don't believe that at all. Nobody believes that here in this podcast. Maybe over in New Zealand, that's the way people run things. But over here in my room, nobody believes that.
In your room, it's like a separate nation. The Republic of Picasso's room.
The thing is, in Texas, I'm sure a lot of people would probably agree with you on that. So the thing is, though, I'm not one of those Texans that would agree with you on that.
Because you're a liberal.
No, I believe that some people are shitty and other people are pretty aight. I mean, most people aren't going to kill you, but I mean, even find the statistics of all the people that are mass murderers, I guess. Serial killers, mass murderers. Find how many of them were Christians. And if not, find out.
Let me think. Well, I know that Dennis Rader was religious because he was like a pastor or something.
Yeah, I think it's a Baptist. I saw the movie on him, actually. Starring Kane Hodder.
I'm trying to think. Other serial killers that were religious. I think John Wayne Gacy went to church. Like regularly,
sure.
not just once.
That makes sense. We could talk about G.G. Allen.
Do we have to? He was a crazy funny man. He was on Jerry's Springer.
Right, but... Yeah, exactly. But I found out some really cool things about him. Like, did you know his... so for our audience, G.G. Allen was this guy. He was pretty much batshit insane. He was the lead singer of a band called G.G. Allen and the Murder Toads or something like that.
Pretty on the nose there.
Yeah. And so it was Murder something. But they played punk, which I love punk, but this guy would strip naked and he's an ugly guy, first of all.
And now that's what I call punk. I heard that he like threw feces on people, tries to beat up the audience members. Now that's punk. Some people just dance on stage wearing things they got from Hot Topic. That's like poser punk. Gigi Allen's the real deal.
Exactly, and that's what he would do. But it's crazy because his what? All right, so his biography, all right, his whole life, I guess. But I'm gonna tell you some things about him. He was born Jesus Christ Allen. This man's name is Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ Allen.
Oh, Jesus.
That's his
Jesus
name.
Christ.
That's his name. And his brother couldn't pronounce his name whenever he was a kid, so he used to call him Gigi, and that's where he got the name Gigi Allen. That's insane. It gets even crazier. His dad was a psycho Christian. I mean that in the most respectful way to the religion, because this guy was a fucking psycho. He gave the religion a terrible name. He's basically like one of those, not really a terrorist exactly, but he was insane, because this man, he used to keep his family in the house as if they were prisoners. And basically the wife eventually left him, and I don't know what happened to him exactly, but basically the family left him, and they changed Gigi Allen's name to Kevin, but because his name was, Kevin.
What a downfall. You went from Jesus Christ to Kevin.
Exactly. But, that's because the name's insane, first of all, and second, he was being made fun of in school. Wouldn't it be funny if you were homeschooled? Anyways, this guy's name is Gigi Allen, and he used to even rape people on the stage. It was terrible. But the thing about all this is, I found out not that long ago, he actually was friends with John Wayne Gacy. And I don't know why that doesn't surprise me, but it just doesn't surprise me. But it kind of does at the same time. Like, first of all, I thought John Wayne Gacy died in the 80s or something. I thought he was stabbed in prison or something like Dahmer. Turns out he was executed in '94, a year after Gigi Allen, who always promised to kill himself on stage, died of a drug overdose.
What a phony.
So what do you think about his fan base? Do you think that these people that would, a lot of them were, okay, so as I mentioned, he wanted to kill himself on stage. He used to say that anyway. He threatened to do it 3 or 4 times on Halloween night of, for example, 1990. He definitely promised that one, which he didn't do. And people were like, "Why didn't you do it?" And he's like, "Well, you shut the fuck up, you little bitch." He avoided the question. So people were, Merle, his brother, what kind of fucking name's Merle, right?
Merle
so anyway,
from
Merle.
The Walking Dead.
Exactly. But Merle, who has a Hitler mustache, by the way, Gigi Allen actually had a mustache and goatee, I believe, and he had the middle part of the mustache missing, and I noticed that the missing part is on Merle's face. That's kind of cool. It's kind of
stole my mustache. You little bit.
Yeah. So Merle was discussing how that their fan base was very dedicated, how they didn't mind having feces thrown at them, because he was saying that some of them were so dedicated that they would even get on the stage and kill themselves with Gigi Allen on the day that he kills himself.
Damn.
So it never happened, first of all, but hypothetically, his fan base was that dedicated. And what do you think about all of that?
Pretty cool fans.
Do you have any fan groups that you're anywhere near that level of fandom with?
Nope. Not me.
Me neither.
Any.
I mean, I'm a huge Green Day fan, as the whole universe knows. But I don't think I'd ever kill myself on stage with them. I mean, first of all, that'd mean no more Green Day for forever. And second, that'd mean no more me ever.
Yeah, it'll be funny if it's They call you on stage, like, you better kill yourself or we're going to cancel and split up and no more Green Day. And you look at the crowd and it's like, salute them, go give a sacrifice for the good of Green Day.
Yeah, like you don't want the gods to be angry, right?
The gods, Billy Joe and whatever the guy other name is.
There's 2 more, 3 more if you want to almost be technical. But the names are Mike and Trey. Trey is actually not his real name.
Oh, yeah.
Funny story.
Mike Durnt and Trey Parker.
Yeah, no, not Trey Parker.
Yep.
That's South Park. It's Trey because, see, the thing is, his real name was actually Frank. Frank Edwin. It's funny. And his last name is obviously not cool. I believe it's Franklin.
I know it's not cool.
It's Franklin Wright. No, I mean his last name's literally not cool. Like his.
And I know his name's not cool. I mock it all the time.
He changed his name to Trey Cool, and his original name was Franklin Edwin Wright. And Mike Durnt's real name is Michael Pritchard. It's like, who wouldn't change their name if their last name was Pritchard, right? Or Franklin? Bitchard.
A bit.
Your mama's a bitchard.
Yours.
I'm running in circles in this game while somebody's chasing me after I had threw a shadow bomb, 2 of them.
In case people don't know, that Picasso there is playing Fortnite. Yeah,
not PUBG, because PUBG is lame and nobody even talks about PUBG anymore. Like, when was the last time somebody played PUBG? I don't know. I'm going to look at my friends list right now. I'll tell you how many people are playing PUBG. Absolutely no one, because nobody plays that game. That game is lame.
It's definitely the kind of game that I don't want to play, but I do like watching, because, I mean, they're doing things that I can't do, like kill people.
Well, see, the thing is, you can, but you'd end up being like John Wayne Gacy.
I don't want to be a gay clown like you.
I am not. Actually, I learned yesterday that actually your mother's a gay clown. She came to my house and she said, "Hey, I'm a gay clown," and I responded with, "What?" And she said, "I said I'm a gay clown." And I said, "Oh, that's what they said."
Nope. It was your own mother, and you were so high you thought it was mine.
Like, hey, could you speak up into the mic? And your mama said, okay.
Nope.
No? Nope.
No!
Kind of like Leslie Nope from Parks and Recreation?
Who? I don't watch that dumb show.
It's not a dumb show. What's your favorite show besides Identity?
Malcolm Middle.
What's your second favorite show?
Ed and Eddie.
What's your third favorite show?
Probably The Sopranos.
Really? You've seen The Sopranos?
Yes, I've watched all the episodes. But the thing is, I've watched every episode of Malcolm Middle at least twice, every episode of Ed and Eddie at least twice, Sopranos only once.
Well, I'd imagine so. It's probably a really long show, right?
Yeah, 6 seasons. 6 or 7. They went from 1999 to 2006, like Malcolm in the Middle.
No, I meant like the length of every episode.
Oh yeah, it's like an hour-long episode, cut down to 44 minutes if you take out the ads.
Right. So, what you're saying here is that it's basically double the length of Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes. The hell are you on about?
Well, then that means that you've watched Malcolm in the Middle and Sopranos the same amount of times.
What do you mean the same amount of times? If if an average Sopranos episode is like 2 Malcolm Middle episodes, it means that I've watched twice as many Malcolm Middle episodes if I've watched all the Sopranos, because they go for the same amount of seasons, 1999 to 2006.
Spent the same amount of minutes on each one.
Well, I spent half of that time looking at News of Your Mother, but yes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I was browsing through the usual porn sites looking for updates on her, and I'm like, oh, goodness! I have a fan nearby, wave my fan like a Victorian woman. Ooh, ooh.
Like a Japanese.
Or like a Mississippi ranch owner. Whoa, whoa! Boy, howdy.
People don't... Do they own ranches in Mississippi? We actually have some here.
I don't know. I'm not Mississippian, I don't know.
Oh. My mom has a friend from Mississippi. She says, I'm from Mississippi, and I'm gay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she really does say that.
Tell her not to. Yeah, there are ranches in Mississippi.
I've heard of that show.
What show? I wasn't making a reference.
The Ranch.
Yeah. The show you love so much.
Yeah. That's what you say sometimes. You say, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Ranch dressing.
No, not that kind of yeah. The yeah that's like whenever you say, like, yeah. I don't know, you sing it.
I don't sing it.
Yeah, you sing. You be all like, yeah. I don't remember how you do it, but you sing it though.
Oh, the Lenny Kravitz song?
I really don't know. Maybe. I just know that he has that other song, like, Fly Away? Is that the name?
I've got to get away. I've got to fly away to your mama's house. Yeah.
Oh, I guess that was the song you're referencing.
Yeah. It's funny how it's like, why would you reference him? He's black and Jewish, and it's like, well, I'm not racist or anti-Semitic. Well, do you listen to Drake? No, he's black and Jewish. Sammy Davis Jr. I think is black and Jewish. He used to joke that he was.
Wow, Sammy Davis Jr. is black and Jewish, or was black and Jewish? That's crazy because he dated somebody. I can't remember who.
Yeah, a white woman. And they're like, oh shit, it's bad.
Yeah, who was that? That wasn't Elizabeth Taylor, I don't think. Judy Garland? No. That wasn't Judy Garland. Oh wait, no, it was that one lady, Peggy Lipton. It was Peggy Lipton. She dated Paul McCartney, Sammy Davis Jr., 2 other really famous people. I think Mick Jagger.
Peg leg.
You're a peg leg.
You're a pirate. A butt pirate.
Why would that be a
Because you're a butt pirate.
Wouldn't it be the opposite? Wouldn't they be like, ew, he's a butt pirate?
Well, anything sexual makes them go crazy.
Then Butthead would be like, you said butt pirate. Then Beavis be like, yeah, you said butt pirate. My impression's not that great. Please forgive me, listeners.
We forgive you.
Please forgive me. You're not listening. You can't forgive me. You're not the listeners. You're not Adolf.
You guys are pulling a boner. What did I say? Why are you laughing? I just said pulling a boner.
I don't get it. Why did Mr. Anderson say that?
He doesn't say it.
Oh. Okay, I get it.
Now
Mr.
you
Anderson he's Hank Hill. Whenever I said Mr. Anderson, I thought of The Matrix. I was like, why am I talking about The Matrix?
making tricks.
The Matrix.
Macaroni and cheese.
Oh, God damn it, Matt.
I like
Uh,
Hugo Weaving.
who? I'm kidding.
Who? Haven't you seen
I've never tried
Animal
weaving.
Wings?
I've never been into weaving.
Basket weaving.
Yeah, underwater.
Bastard weaving.
Is that from something? Underwater basket weaving? Like, is that a reference to something?
I don't know. But Mr.
Like,
Google, please tell me a dream.
Why did it come to your head?
What are you talking about?
Why did you say basket weaving? Is that a reference to anything?
I don't remember what I just said.
You said basket weaving.
You expect me to remember everything I say? What am I, your
I
secretary?
just told you. No, you don't understand. I'm repeating back to you what you said.
Can you repeat a bit before that so I know why I said it?
Hugo weaving.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving. Basket weaving. Bastard weaving.
Right, but I mean, basket weaving isn't really a common activity.
Well, it isn't a hick town where you live.
No, it's actually not. Oh, how would you say that the state that starts with the M? I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil the way you say it.
Minnesota?
No, the other M.
Oh, Massachusetts?
No, the other one.
Minneapolis?
That's a city in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota, as opposed to a jumbo soda.
Yeah, that's how I remembered where Brock Lesnar was from because I thought of soda. I was like soda, ha 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 ha. But no, how would you say the state that starts with the M?
Maryland?
No, the other one.
Maine?
No, the other one.
Montana?
No, the one that St. Louis is in.
St. Louis. St. Louis. Washington?
What? No, that's not even the right state at all.
St. Louis is in... Oh, Missouri.
Oh, that's how you say it.
What was it? What did I say? I sound
You
like a
said
parent. What did I
misery.
say?
But no, the reason why I ask is because a lot of people from Missouri, I say Missouri. I say
Misery, yeah.
Missouri.
They probably feel misery living there.
He said misery. I said Missouri. But
Kathy
anyway,
Bates.
no. But the people that live there, they say Missouri.
Probably with a bit of straw out their mouth. I live in Missouri.
Missouri. They're from Missouri. Missouri. People would be like, where are you from? They'd be like, I'm from Missouri.
Right.
Yeah. True story. Yeah. Yep. So what was one of those other things? How about Andrew Yang? Let's go ahead and talk about politics.
Well, you've got like 5 minutes before the show's over, so this better be the best 5 minutes of my life.
Luckily, all my concepts always get done really fast because
I keep saying I don't care, and you get the message.
pretty much. You pretty much always say something along the lines of, yes.
Yes.
That's all. So,
I'm a man of few words. Any questions?
so no.
Okay.
Okay, so do you think that Andrew Yang was actually silenced by MSNBC? Do you think that they're actually against him?
It could be a microphone malfunction, like a genuine unintended one that just happened to happen, or it could be foul play. I mean, I probably think it is foul play because Andrew Yang is a bit of an outsider. He's not parroting what all these news organizations and common Democrats are saying. He's saying things that go beyond what they're doing. I mean, Andrew Yang's been on like Fox. He's been on I think Steven Crowder's show. He's doing what Democrats don't want to do. He's saying things they don't want to hear. He wants to actually talk with the so-called enemy and believes in free speech. So they probably did genuinely cut him off and think they can get away with it. They may do it again. And if they do it again, that just shows actual bias. Like, the first time it happens, could be a mistake. Second time, now you've done it. Now it's proof that you're actually against him.
If I were him, I would have ran over to one of the other desks and been like, my mic is malfunctioning. Can you give me another one?
If I were him, I'll just run up to someone else's desk and use their microphone. Hey, I'm standing here. I need your microphone.
Instead of Bernie. No, he doesn't speak like that. Andrew Yang's a lot more calm. He's like, I need your microphone.
He sounds like a wimpy Chinese kid. I need to use your microphone. Please, microphone, please.
Is he Chinese? I thought he was Japanese.
They all look the same, and talk the same, and act the same.
Yeah, but that's because they're from the same place.
Gee, I don't know who's the biggest bigot here, me or you.
Well, they really are from the same place. I mean, it's Asia.
Orient Express.
I mean, you can't say it's wrong. I mean, it's like saying that, like, that's like saying that over here, somebody from, I don't know, somebody from California is different from somebody over in West Virginia. I don't know. Kind of the same thing.
West Virginia, take me home to Sammy's place.
Yeah, you live over in John Denver's house. Or Bob Denver. I can't remember which one's which.
Nope.
You don't know Bob Denver, do you?
I know Bob Dole. Bob Dole loves talking about Bob Dole. Bob Dole!
Did you get that from Family Guy?
I got that from The Simpsons, where they had that Republicans meeting and it had Sideshow Bob. They open the door and it's like, welcome our new congressman. There's the water cooler. And they all start clapping. It goes, bubble, bubble. What'd he say? Oh, Bob Denver from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, Gilligan. Yeah, that's Gilligan, all right. He died in 2003, I think.
On a desert island?
No, Gilligan got home.
Oh, that's good. They probably beat up the professor. We would have been home ages ago.
Well, actually, what happened for Gilligan's Island, they canceled it, but then the reunion movie, they got them back. Like, they got them all together for a movie, and then they got them back, like, to be on the island. And then what happened was they built, like, a boat, and they sailed off, and they got rescued in the reunion movie. It's like Escape from the Island or something like that. It's made, like, 1979 or something along those lines. And they get rescued. This is the coolest thing. And a few years later, they're like, let's have an anniversary of us all getting lost on the boat.
On the boat? Help,
yeah, and so they do. They have the reunion on a boat, and they get lost and trapped on the island again. Like 1 year anniversary. So they were back in their own respective places, like the movie star being back in Hollywood and the millionaires being back in their own place, their mansion or whatever. Professor professing, Gilligan doing Gilligan stuff. Probably, I don't know, kissing a monkey or something. Your mother, yeah. But yeah, and they Gilligan gets them lost again, though, and so they end up back in the island. So let's just assume let's assume they get off.
Cool.
Yep.
And they lived happily ever after.
Exactly. Gilligan did not terrorize anyone any longer. All those people, they lived the rest of their life deathly afraid of boats. And the water. And Gilligan.
Hey, can I come over for a beer? No! You get lost in the fridge.
No. Yeah. Like, no, we'll end up on a desert island again. Deserted island, rather.
And it's like the
desert
sandbox in the
island.
backyard. Help!
Is it called a desert island or a deserted island?
Deserted means that you put ice cream on it.
So, for something to be deserted, like, really, like, does that mean that somebody had to have lived there at one point and left?
Yes.
So, how can a deserted island be a deserted island?
Because people once lived on there. Like, it can be something like the island on Lost. There's signs that people have lived here, and I never saw the show, so I don't know exactly what that means. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't either.
yeah. Like I was actually interested in watching Lost until they said, "Oh, it's really confusing, and the ending is lackluster and doesn't really explain things. There's plot holes that you can drive a truck through," and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, I just remember seeing an episode where Jack was, like, killing people or something. I don't know. I don't know who Jack is.
Yeah, Jack Bauer.
I think it's the wrong show.
I made a duty. That's from
You
the
made a
Simpsons.
duty?
That's from the Simpsons parody of 24. I made a duty. And it's like, oh, who's he? Oh, he's some Middle Eastern arms dealer. Really? No, it's a joke name. He's prank calling you.
Oh. I like jokes.
Yeah, I got a joke.
I like jokes. That was
like
a funny.
chocolate milk.
You like chocolate women. Men. You like chocolate men.
Nope, you.
Your mother.
Yours.
your mother really loves chocolate men. Like, oh, what a beautiful chocolate man.
Your siblings, your half siblings are chocolate people. Well, actually, they're more like cookies and cream. They're Oreos.
Wrong.
They're half
I mean,
black,
if you're
half
describing
white.
yourself,
They can
yeah.
do whatever they like.
No, I don't. Do you remember Rucka Rucka Ali? Because it sounds like they're messing up his parody.
Nope. I've only watched one video by him, and it's the Smash Mouth parody where it's about like the alt-right or something.
What? Is he still making music?
Maybe. Who wants
I
to
can't
know?
believe it. Me, Picasso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my name Picasso. Yep.
And I'm Kiwi, and it's about time we started signing off, which means like 10-15 minutes of saying goodbye and you.
How long has it been so far?
Hour and 35 minutes.
Wow. It passed by kind of fast. I'm impressed that you were able to be interesting so long.
I sure am interesting, unless you mean interested, in which case you almost put me to sleep several times.
No, I meant interesting.
Yeah. When you mentioned Andrew Yang's name, I started fluffing up my pillow. Time for a nap.
That's funny. Oh man, you should be a comedian.
I write your jokes for you, and you can say them and take the credit. I write all my own jokes.
Thank you.
Piece of shit.
Like, what's the deal with airline food? Nobody likes it.
Hey, I saw that on that
Crickets.
TV show. It's called Seinfeld. Some
Ooh.
comedian said that line. His name is Jerry something.
What's
I
that
don't
from?
know. Never seen it.
What's a Seinfeld? This
Oh,
isn't Jeopardy.
oh, I know Seinfeld. B-movie.
Yeah, he makes a lot of B movies.
Yeah. People speak to the high heavens about that B-movie, animated B-movie. Yeah, I've never seen it. I'm not interested. Like, even if you didn't have Jerry Seinfeld, you had someone good, I still want to watch it because it's a bad concept.
Yeah, I'm not very interested in B movies. I'd rather watch A movies.
I'm too lazy to even watch a movie.
Oh, that's actually comedy that's comedy being made right there.
It's comedy history, folks. You better take down this in your notepad document. This is good stuff.
Oh yeah, I make documents all the time,
Oh,
every damn day. Quoting that from Mummy.
mummy.
Yeah, it's the scene where Evie asks Rick. She's like, do you swear? And he's like, every damn day. It's funny because swearing has two different meanings.
Yes. Do you swear upon the court? My mom told me I'm not allowed to swear. We want you to swear right now. And then the mother in the court goes, don't you swear, son! If you're
You
found
gotta put
innocent, I'll
money
smack
into
the
a
shit out
swear
of you.
jar. Shit.
If you're found innocent, I'll smack the shit out of you.
Don't you fucking dare try to swear. You make our family look bad by swearing.
Man, did you hear about Mrs. Wilson's son? He's a serial killer, a rapist, and a racist. Yeah, well, I heard he's also a swearer. He swears. Oh, goodness.
Oh my god. I don't believe it. Are you telling me that sweet little boy turned out to be a swearer?
Yes.
Does he really say those bad words? Oh my god. Just imagine that situation.
Calm down, Mr. Jefferson.
Who? From the Jeffersons?
No, from South Park.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean Michael Jackson.
No, Mr. Jefferson. Don't be ignorant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Michael Jefferson.
Yeah, it's Michael Jefferson.
Yeah, he's related to Michael Jackson. They have the same first name. Yeah. People say yeah with such a nasally voice. It's so hilarious. Yeah, I do believe it's such a funny sound. I was listening to a song called Punk Rock Girl, and in the song, there's the lyrics are one Saturday, I took a walk to Zipperhead. Did you know the Zipperhead is a derogatory racial slur towards Asians?
No, how can it be derogatory? Because does it look like zippers?
Maybe their eyes.
Oh.
Just guessing, but I learned that a few days ago, and I'm like, another racial slur that I could use. I'm kidding. Oh my god, I just got a triple kill with one rocket.
Cool.
Yeah, it's crazy because I took a walk to Zipperhead. Zipperhead in that situation actually is referring to, I believe, a record store or something. It's some sort of shop. But that'd be like calling a place a nigger. Have you ever thought about naming your store nigger? Like that's, I mean, it's a terrible word. First of all, let's do not say it in a bad way. But can you just imagine that situation?
Maybe. Like, maybe in real life, not really, but in a sketch show, like Dave Chappelle's show, maybe. It'll be really funny, though, if there is a store named that, and people are outside protesting, holding signs, go take this building down, and then the owner of the store comes out, and he's black, like, really black, like African black, and he's like, hello, welcome, come on in, and then they put down their signs, get out their wallets. It's okay when a black man does it.
Well, that's not exactly what I mean, though. I'm referring to, like, in real life. Like, zipperhead is a racial slur, but yet
please don't say that term. It makes me upset.
You have disgraced my people.
What people? My zipperhead people. Oh!
I've disgraced the zipperheads?
Yes.
Yes, you have disgraced my people.
They're gonna come for you and zip you shut.
They're gonna use kung fu on me.
Everybody was kung fu fighting, banging your mama as fast as lightning. It was a little bit frightening. I don't know the rest of the words.
Like your mama's face.
Nope, yours.
It's funny because I just called your ugly mother ugly.
Nope, your mother yours.
Yours. No, not mine, actually.
Well,
only yours.
This is it. The end of the line. About time to start saying our goodbyes. Jeez, guys, it's been like...
Here I stand.
We're not saying goodbye yet.
That's a Michael Jackson song. I mean Michael Jefferson.
What song?
It's called This Is It.
Oh, I thought that was the tour.
Well, yeah, it is a tour. It's also a song.
I'm trying to think. Don't know.
No, it's not it's not an upbeat song. It's from like 1982 or so.
Oh,
like
Off the Wall?
This is it. Here I stand. I'm the light of the world. I feel grand. All this love I can feel. And I know it for sure it is real. It's a good song.
Thank you. He's like, don't stop.
You're welcome, no problem.
Don't stop till you get enough. He was singing that to your mother, and she didn't stop until she got enough. Cock.
No.
Yes.
You are incorrect. I feel as if you don't know the truth.
Your mother sucked Michael Jackson's dick so hard it turned his whole skin white.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you know that Colt 45 song, the bitch sucked my dick to the shit turn white.
Colt 45, yeah, mama's two zigzags.
Nope.
Cause your mama's got a double dick.
No. Double dick like a shark to bang Tyrone and Jamal.
Yeah, that's what your mother has. Yeah, I was accurately depicting you.
You?
Describing you, rather. Yeah, so anyway, you guys, that has been our 11th episode
It's 12.
of the Kiwi and Picasso Just kidding. It is our 12th episode of the Kiwi and Picasso Show.
Yes, it's going to be really interesting writing down the description for this video because I don't remember what the hell we talked about. Like, what topics did we even mention?
I don't either. Like, on episode 11, I just put down, like, we talked about ...
I'm just going to write down everything I can remember. Like, vaccinations, Andrew Yang, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey? Where did you get that from?
Zipperheads. Okay, I'll take away Jim.
Like, yeah, I don't think we talked about Jim Carrey.
Well, we did mention Lemony Snicket.
Yeah, but Is that really what we talked about, though, or is that just one of the things that we talked about?
One of the things.
We didn't really say Jim Carrey. But nobody really says Jim Carrey, Jim Carrey, Jim Carrey, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey probably says that.
Maybe. Do you guys have Indians in your country?
Dot or feather?
Dot.
Yes.
Are there a lot?
Kind of a few.
Oh, do you have a lot of birds in your country?
Birds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so maybe Caprice was in your country. Maybe he's hunting you down.
Nope.
Maybe he's hunting you down to say, please help me with my English.
He's probably gonna hunt me down and beat me up because I keep saying that I'm a motherfucker because I fuck his mother.
Probably.
He calls me
Yeah,
a
it'd
donkey.
be like, maybe you are. Have you ever said that?
No, you're the donkey. Shrek.
I'm no donkey. Unless you're trying to say Don Quixote.
Okay.
You probably heard of that, like Don Quixote. It's probably the white person way of saying it. Don Quixote. Don Quixote. It's a very famous novel. I'm surprised you don't know it.
Well, I only know the windmills part.
Oh, okay. At least you know it.
Well, what is this novel here? It's called Don Quixote.
The X is making a Z sound.
Don Quixote.
Xylophone Z. Yeah, I guess it does make sense.
Oh, it's written by Miguel de Cervantes. I know Cervantes. He's in the Soul Calibur games.
Did you just say Miguel?
Miguel.
His name is Miguel.
Miguel, like Michelle. Miguel.
Yeah, it just means Michael in Spanish.
What does de mean? Is that like a title? Or does it mean of?
Of. Of.
Cervantes. That
De.
must be a place then.
Probably so, yeah.
Kind of like with French, how you've got like Joan of Arc, Jean d'Arc, D meaning of, or like
Yeah, it's the same
Leonardo da Vinci, da meaning of, so he's from Vinci, Venice.
No, I didn't know that. What's his actual name?
Leonardo.
Well, yeah, Leonardo what? Leonardo, like in Clerks the Animated Series?
Yeah, yes. It'll be like
Wait, who named
the Super Mario Brothers movie. You got Mario Mario and Luigi Mario.
Really?
Yes, the Mario
I
movie
remember you
with Bob
talking about that.
Hoskins.
Yeah, and Dennis Hopper.
Oh no, there goes their careers.
John Leguizamo. I don't know.
Goddamn Mario movies ruined my career.
I don't know. Bob Hoskins, I mean, he had a pretty good career. I mean, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's a classic. And I think isn't he coming back for The Irishman?
Bob Hoskins.
Maybe I'm just thinking of Joe Pesci, but I think so.
What? Bob Hoskins is coming back.
Or is he dead?
Pretty hard, man. He died in 2014.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's dead.
Dennis
I
Hopper.
think he was going to come back?
Please don't tell me
He's
dead
dead.
too. No,
No,
he died too. Ooh. He died in Venice, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I live in
Yes.
Paris, Texas.
There's a movie called Paris, Texas I had to watch.
Why did you have to watch it?
It was for class. We had to talk about the culture. It was actually for a teaching Spanish class.
Harry Dean Stanton. Isn't he the old guy who died?
Yeah, he was like 91, something like that.
Yes. Yeah. He must have played
he's
the old
from,
guy in Green Mile.
Yeah, that's him. Harry Dean Stanton. He's in a lot of movies. I can't really place him as being in one particular one. But what he should have played was Ed Gein. He would be a good Ed Gein.
He looks like Ed Gein.
Yeah, exactly. Like we need a petition to have Harry Dean Stanton come back to life and be, you know,
Petition to come back to life. Okay, here he is. What's
exactly.
going on?
It's
Where
like,
am I?
what is he doing nowadays? He's too lazy. Like, geez, like what's he doing? Laying down?
The first thing he asks when he comes back to life is, Trump still president? Yes. Goodbye. He's dead again.
I feel like he stole that from Family Guy with Walt Disney.
What, me steal that? Because I got that from The Simpsons.
Maybe it was from The Simpsons.
Simpsons
Walt Disney
did it.
But are you like saying Walt Disney did that though?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's
No,
funny.
like Walt Disney.
It's funny how everyone praises these Disney movies as having great plot. Like Disney has done it again. It's like, dude, a lot of these Disney movies are adaptations of famous books. Brothers Grimm and Hans Christian Andersen and all that.
No, I'm saying Disney, as in like Walt Disney wakes up from being frozen, and he's like, "Are the Jews still around?"
Disney, how dare you say that?
Yeah, you know, he was friends with
Hitler.
somebody. I can't remember who. Probably Hitler. Yeah. Crazy.
My
Was he
favorite
really?
character is Goofy.
Was he really friends with Hitler?
Gosh. I don't know, maybe.
It was somebody controversial like that. I can't remember. I'm craving peanut butter. Huh.
Peanut butter. What kind of peanut butter?
No.
Crunchy, smooth chia seeds, or alisane, or runny, oily, almond butter, cashew butter. That stuff's expensive. I've never tried it before.
Creamy.
Ew.
I like creamy. It's good.
Creamy all over your face.
No, all over your mother's face.
Yours.
Yours.
Yours. Well, it's been almost frickin' 20 minutes since we said we were signing off, and we're still going.
See, we just have so many cool things to say. It's a good thing that we've made this a once-a-week thing so that people can listen to this for 2 hours and not have to listen to another 2-hour one afterwards, like a day later.
Yeah, though some of our fans would prefer that. Like, what's her name? Kristen Turnpike.
No, that was far off. That didn't even start with a B.
Oh. I'm trying to think. Christian Burps. Bastard. Bursted. There we are.
You could have said Christian Bale. That at least is in the ballpark.
You might have placed my balls in the park.
Our loyal fan's name is Kristen Brunel.
Yeah,
from New York.
Shout out to you. We salute you.
Yeah, we salute you. But not like in a Hitler way. That's bad. No Hitler.
Hitler's not that
That's the
bad.
Hitler. Somebody needs to take down the Hitler guy. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
Even though he does like Disney.
Yeah, no relation to our good
along.
friend Adolf.
Yeah, I mean, maybe him and I would get along because we both like Disney.
If you like Disney, you must love Nazis too. So what if I do?
Yeah, why do you have to say that?
That'd be pretty funny. Some teenage girl goes, I love Disney. It's a Nazi! Beat her up!
Like, yeah, no, just kidding. I do not like Nazis. Nazis are bad. Nazis have AIDS.
Black Nazis have big AIDS.
They do, and they come around, they beat you up. Their AIDS are like pretty mean.
Nope. Black Nazis show up at your mother's door and she said to them, I'm Jewish, beat me up. And they do with their wieners.
It's like how Jared has AIDS.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
that Key and Peele sketch where
Key and
they're
Peele.
black and they dress up like white people, like whiteface, and a Nazi's like, it'll be a shame if there were any black people around here. And they're like, yeah, it would be a shame, yo.
That sounds like the way that Jordan Peele would speak too.
Yeah. Well,
It's funny.
you know how you said you wanted to play Fortnite with me after this? At this rate, probably
Yeah.
not. But I'll tell you this.
Oh,
Time.
all right, guys, we gotta end this. We gotta end this podcast right now. So it's been a fantastic podcast, and we will talk to you guys. We will talk with you. We will talk for you guys in another time. This has been Kiwi with the Kiwi and Picasso Show, and we will catch you guys on the flip.
Sheesh, now you want to do it. I should have mentioned it 20 minutes ago. Almost 30 minutes ago. Anyways, yeah, we'll be back. Probably next week. Probably tonight, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, your mother knows what I mean.
Oh. Okay.
Alright. Goodbye. Kakitiano, motherfucker.
Wait, hold on. Are we still playing Fortnite?
Yeah, but unless you can stay up past 1 a.m., because I'll be free and available at like 1:15 a.m. for you.
How about right now?
Well, I've got to have dinner.
How about right now for a game?
Alright, fine, a game.
Yeah, because I have to do play a game with a friend.
I'm on my way.
Yay. All right, guys. So thank you guys for listening, and you guys are fantastic.
Yep.
So
Thank you. We salute you, Adolf, in the Nazi way.
oh, and remember to sign up for Anchor.fm.
Sign up for AIDS. I want some AIDS. The good stuff.
ANCHOR.fm. Anchor.fm. They have your podcast needs.
Yes.
Unless they're pornographic needs, and they don't have those.
But we can provide it. Just get your mother on the line.
Yeah. Get over on the cocaine. Because your mother does cocaine.
Nope, yours.
Like a drug abuser. Yours. Alright, let's go and end this, and we will bring this over to Fortnite. So, goodbye,
Catch you
fans. Remember
guys
to
on
donate.
the flip. The storm flip.
Give us money. We want your money. Give it to us.
Yes. Christian Burnell, you gotta pay us. I said your name right, you gotta pay us.
Kristen Burnell.
Oh, what did I say?
Christian Burnell.
Her
Damn
brother.
it.
Her twin brother. Her evil twin brother.
I didn't remember
cool
his name.
brother.
But, yeah, so that has been the Kiwi and Picasso Show, guys, and we hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Catch you guys on the flip.
Yes, we'll catch you guys on the flip. The storm flip.
Yeah, storm flip. Kiwi and Picasso Show.
Yes, as performed by Scatman. Because he eats scat. I'm a scat man. Sounds like a Looney Tunes.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep now.
Oh. Goodbye.
Goodbye.